1. Introduction. My name is Gina. I am 28 years old. When people look at my life, it seems very good. It is like a nice picture in a magazine. I have a comfortable house. I have a husband named Walt. I have a son named Leo. Leo is 4 years old. He is a wonderful boy. He brings me joy. He is the brightest part of my day. He is my sunshine. But this perfect picture is not completely real. Inside, I do not feel happy. I feel empty. Walt and I have been married for 5 years. Our marriage did not start with love like you see in movies. Our parents knew each other well. They thought Walt and I would be a good pair. So, we agreed to marry. It was more like an agreement or an arrangement than a decision made from deep love. When I first met Walt, I did not feel a strong connection. My heart did not race. There was no passion. Walt is a good man. He is honest and kind. He works hard to provide for us. He is also a good father to Leo. He plays with Leo and teaches him things, but between Walt and me, there is no passion. There is no strong feeling of love. We live in the same house, we share meals, but often we feel like strangers. We have separate lives inside our home. We do not talk about our dreams or our fears. Our conversations are about daily things like Leo or the house. I work as a manager in a busy company. My job is demanding. It needs a lot of my time and focus. I am happy to be busy. Being busy helps me. It stops me from thinking too much about my life at home. My job is like an escape for me. For 8 hours a day, I can forget the quiet sadness I feel inside my marriage. It stops me from asking myself difficult questions. But the questions always come back. Every evening, after Leo is in bed and Walt is doing his own thing, maybe reading or watching television, I sit alone with my thoughts. The house is quiet, too quiet. In these moments, I think about my life. Is this all there is for me? Is this feeling of being like strangers what marriage should be? Is this what love feels like? I know in my heart that it is not. I want to feel something more. I want to feel truly alive. I want to feel loved and desired. This quiet, empty feeling makes me wonder if I can ever find real happiness or passion in my life. My life looks good from the outside, but the picture is missing something important inside. I feel a longing for something I do not have. 2. A new man. My boss told me about a new client. He said the client was very important. "Please take good care of him, Gina," my boss said. Later that day, the new client came to my office. His name was Victor. He was a handsome man. He was tall, with dark hair and dark eyes. He wore a nice suit. He looked strong and confident. When he walked into my office, I felt something different in the air. When he smiled, I felt a small, strange feeling inside my stomach. It was like a little bird flying. I had not felt this feeling in many, many years. It was exciting and a little scary. We sat down and talked about business. Victor was very smart. His voice was smooth and nice to listen to. He asked good questions about the work. He seemed very interested in my ideas. But sometimes his dark eyes met mine, and he kept looking for a little too long. When he looked at me like that, it felt like time stopped for a second. Then he asked me a surprising question. "Are you happy in your life?" he asked. His voice was soft. I was surprised. I felt my face get a little warm. No one had ever talked to me like that before. I looked down at the wedding ring on my finger. "I am married," I said quietly. Victor smiled a little. "I see," he said. "Being married does not always mean you are happy, does it?" My heart started to beat a little faster. He was being very bold. I did not know what to say to him. The business meeting ended after that, but Victor's question stayed with me. It stayed in my mind for a long time. He did not seem to care that I had a husband. That night, I lay in bed. Victor's question played in my head again and again. "Are you happy in your life?" His bold question made me think about my life again. Was I truly happy? He was a new man, and he made me feel a new feeling inside me. 3. The dinner date. Victor started to visit the office more often. Sometimes he came for work, but sometimes I think he just came to see me. He always found a small reason to talk to me. He would bring me a cup of coffee. He told me I looked beautiful. This felt strange. My husband, Walt, never said things like that. Victor gave me a lot of attention. One afternoon, Victor came to my office. I was alone. He spoke in a low voice. "Gina," he said, "you are a very good woman. You are smart and kind, and you are very beautiful." I felt my face get red. "Victor, please," I said. He continued. "I see a little sadness in your eyes," he told me. "You should be happy. You should feel passion in your life." He was saying the things I often thought about in my quiet moments. He understood me in a way Walt did not. Then he asked, "I want to take you to dinner, just dinner. We can talk more. We can get to know each other better." My mind said, "No, you are married. You have a son, Leo." I knew it was wrong, but my heart felt a small spark. I was tired of feeling empty inside. I wanted something exciting. I wanted to feel alive. I don't know," I said to Victor. He smiled. His eyes looked sure. "I will wait for your answer," he said. "I can wait for a long time for a woman like you." His words stayed with me. That night I was at home. I looked at Walt. He was watching television. He did not really look at me. I felt very, very lonely. My house felt big and empty. I thought about Victor's words. I thought about the dinner. I thought about feeling passion. The next day I saw Victor at the office. My heart was beating fast. I made my decision. I walked up to him. "Yes," I said softly. "I will go to dinner with you." Feeling alive. Our first dinner was a special night. We went to a small restaurant. It was quiet and nice. Victor was very charming. He had a way of talking that made me feel comfortable. He made me laugh many times. It felt good to laugh like that. He listened to me carefully. When I talked, he did not look away. He really seemed to hear what I was saying. I started to talk about my old dreams, the things I wanted when I was younger, before I was married, before life felt so heavy. Talking to Victor, I felt like that young woman again, the one who had hope and felt excited about the future. For those few hours, I forgot about my life at home. I forgot about my marriage, which felt empty and quiet. With Victor, I felt different. I felt truly alive. He told me about his life too, about his work and the places he had traveled. He made the world sound big and full of possibilities. He reached across the table and lightly touched my hand. A strange, strong feeling went through me. I knew this was wrong. I was a married woman, but the feeling was also very good. It was a feeling I had not felt in a very long time. After that dinner, we started to meet more often. Sometimes it was just a quick coffee in the morning before work. Sometimes it was a longer lunch break. We also talked on the phone. Victor became a secret part of my life. I did not tell Walt. I did not tell my friends. It was just for me. I told myself that Victor was just a friend, that we were just talking, but deep inside, I knew it was more. The way he looked at me was not like a friend. The way my heart felt when he was close was not just friendship. It felt exciting and maybe a little scary. I knew I was starting something dangerous, like playing with fire. But the connection I felt with him, the way he made me feel, felt so good. It felt like I was waking up after a long sleep. 5. The mistake. One evening, after we had dinner, Victor drove me in his car. We were close to my home, but he stopped the car. He looked at me. His eyes were dark. "Gina," he said quietly. Then he leaned closer and kissed me. When he kissed me, it was like a big wave inside me. Many feelings that I kept hidden came out very fast. I felt passion. I felt desire. I felt a strong need for someone to want me. I kissed him back. In that moment, I forgot everything. I forgot my husband, Walt. I forgot the promises I made. I forgot my whole life. He asked me if I wanted to go to his apartment. My mind said no very loudly, but my heart felt weak. My body felt a strong pull. I nodded my head. I said yes. We went to his apartment. We spent the night together. The night was full of passion. It was everything I had dreamed of feeling. I felt beautiful. I felt wanted. For those hours, the empty feeling inside me was gone. But then the morning came. The sun started to come up. I was lying next to Victor. A cold feeling came over me. It was guilt. It was regret. What had I done? I looked at Victor. He was sleeping quietly. He was not Walt. This was not my bed. This was not my home. I had done something very, very bad. I had lied to Walt. I had hurt him badly. I had hurt my son Leo too, even if he did not know it. The guilt was a heavy stone in my chest. I felt so sorry for what I did. I knew I had made a big mistake. The passion was gone. Only the cold, heavy feeling of guilt stayed with me in the morning light. 6. The trap. The feeling of guilt was very strong. It was like a heavy stone inside me. I knew I had made a big mistake. I had to end things with Victor immediately. The next time I saw him, I told him my decision. "Victor," I said, trying to keep my voice steady, "we cannot continue this. What we did was wrong. I have a family, a husband and a son. I am very sorry, but it must stop now." I expected him to look sad or perhaps a little angry, but his face changed completely. The warm, charming smile disappeared. His eyes became cold and hard. He looked like a different person. "Stop," he said, his voice not soft anymore. "I don't think so, Gina. We had a nice time together, didn't we? I think your husband, Walt, would be very interested to hear all about our nice times." My heart stopped. Was he threatening me? "What are you saying?" I asked, my voice shaking now. "I am saying that my silence has a price," Victor said slowly. "You work in a good job. You have money. You will give me money, Gina, a lot of it." I was completely shocked. I could not believe what I was hearing. This man, who had seemed so kind and interested in me, was a blackmailer. He wanted to hurt me. "You need to give me money," he repeated, his eyes fixed on mine. "Or I will tell Walt everything. I will tell him about our dinners, about that night at my apartment." Tears came to my eyes. I was terrified. The thought of Walt finding out, of losing my family, of the shame I would feel was unbearable. I saw no way out. I was caught in a trap. I was so scared of losing my son, Leo, and everything I had. So I agreed. I started taking money from our savings account. It was money Walt and I had saved together for our future. Each week, I took a large amount and gave it to Victor. Every time I did it, I felt sick. The brief happiness and passion I had felt with him were gone. Now there was only fear, shame, and disgust. The trap was closing around me. 7, the truth. Weeks went by. I was always afraid. Victor called me often. He always wanted more money. He asked for large amounts. I felt sick inside. The secret was heavy. It was like a big stone on my back. I was tired all the time. I was stressed and could not sleep well. I felt like a bad person. I hated what I was doing. One evening, Walt was looking at some papers. They were papers from the bank. He looked at the numbers. He stopped and frowned. His face looked serious. "Gina," he said. His voice was quiet but strong. "A lot of money is missing from our bank account. Large amounts, every week. What is happening?" My heart stopped. I felt cold. I wanted to tell a lie. I wanted to say I bought something. But I could not. I was too tired of lying. I could not keep the secret anymore. I started to cry. Tears came fast. "Walt," I said, my voice was shaking. I am so sorry." He looked surprised. He came and sat near me. "Gina, what is it? Please tell me," he said. So I told him. I told him the whole story. I told him I was not happy in our marriage. I told him I felt empty for a long time. I told him about meeting Victor. I told him about the dinners. I told him about the night we spent together. Then I told him about Victor asking for money. I told him it was blackmail. I told him I was scared. I was scared of losing him. I was scared of losing Leo. I was scared of everyone knowing. "I never loved you, Walt," I said through my tears. "Not like a wife should love a husband. I was looking for something more. I was looking for passion. But I did a terrible thing. I am so sorry." Walt sat very still. He did not speak for a long time. His face was white. I could see the hurt in his eyes. He looked so sad. It was like I had broken him. Finally, he spoke. His voice was very quiet. "You were unhappy all these years. Why did you never tell me?" "I did not know how," I whispered. He sighed. It was a deep, tired sound. I think I understand being lonely, Gina," he said. "Maybe I was not the husband you needed." His words surprised me. He was in pain, but he seemed to understand something. It was not anger, not pure anger. It was pain and a strange, quiet understanding. A new start. The next day, the phone rang. It was Victor. His voice was sharp. He wanted more money. My body felt cold like ice. I told Walt about the call. Walt's face grew hard. He looked at me, his eyes serious and strong. "This stops now," he said. He was not sad anymore. There was a quiet anger in his voice. "Give me his address, Gina." I felt a mix of fear for Walt and relief that he would act. He left the house. I walked around the rooms, waiting. I did not know what Walt would do. He is a man who likes peace, not fighting. But he is also a father and a husband. Later, Walt came back. He looked tired, but his face was calm. He had a small amount of money in his hand. He put it on the kitchen table. It felt strange to see it there. "He won't bother you again," Walt said. He sat down. I sat opposite him. The silence in the room was heavy. Then Walt looked at me. His eyes were deep and thoughtful. "Gina," he said softly, "we have a very big problem between us, a difficult situation." He took a slow breath. "What you did, it was very wrong. It hurt me deeply. You broke my trust." "I know," I whispered, tears starting again. "I am so sorry, Walt, more sorry than words can say." "I believe you are," he said, "but I also need to look at myself." His words were quiet. "I didn't see how unhappy you were. I didn't ask. I was blind, maybe. I was not the husband you needed. Our marriage was an arrangement, not built on love from the start." He looked at the money. Maybe we can try to build something real now, from this broken point, from the beginning." I looked at him, surprised and hopeful. "You think that is possible?" "After everything." "Forgiveness is not easy," he said honestly. "It will take a lot of hard work, every day, for both of us. We need to learn to talk to each other, truly talk, to be honest about everything. He held my gaze. Maybe we can find that feeling, that connection, that passion, together, here, in our home. He reached across the table and took my hand. His hand was warm and steady. We have Leo. We have a life together. Maybe we can make it a good life, a real life, for our son and for us. It felt like a tiny light in the darkness, a chance. It would be a long journey full of difficult moments. But Walt was willing to try, and I wanted to try with him. We had married without feeling, but perhaps now we could learn to love. To truly love. We had a chance, and I held onto that hope.